vote on a budget when the politics have changed and is politics? If you do, you're Willie Nelson high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in.
What if I told you Washington is pretending to argue about saving lives while quietly pouring millions of your tax dollars into pure political spending overseas? Today, Senator John Kennedy absolutely explodes over a government program that perfectly exposes why America is drowning in $6 trillion of debt. Before we get into it, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we break down what the mainstream media won't tell you about how your money is actually being spent.
Mr. Director, I want to apologize for the protesters, but I can assure you that under congressional rules and the laws in the District of Columbia, they will be promptly punished and put on double secret probation. You'll probably see them back again today. I think the president's demonstrated that he understands that what you allow is what will continue. We seem to have a problem with that concept. I listen to some of my colleagues accuse you of doing everything but abandoning your children to wolves. They accuse you of undermining the sanctity and integrity of the appropriations process. And I'm sitting here thinking, what sanctity? What integrity? What appropriations process? I'm proud to serve on this committee. I watched this committee last year. We passed 11 out of 12 minibuses. Sent them to, and we all choked down some stuff you wouldn't believe. And we sent them to Senator Schumer, my friend. He refused to bring the bills to the floor of the Senate. Now, that's when he was in the majority. You really think he's going to allow us to vote on a budget when the politics have changed and is politics? If you do, you're Willie Nelson high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in. What appropriations process? All we've got left are CRs and rescission packages. And President Trump's not the first president to ever send a rescission package, is he?
No, sir.
A bunch of presidents have, haven't they? And did civilization melt?
They did not.
No, they didn't. Now, you want to know how we got $36 trillion in debt? Just listen to this. Let me tell you what it's like. A majority, and not everybody, a majority of this body, they're all for cutting spending porn. They're all for going to heaven, but they're not ready to make the trip. That's how we got to $36 trillion. This stuff about PEPFAR, oh my God, you're going to destroy the world. Now, there's a part of PEPFAR that deals with money for life-saving care, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And there's a part of PEPFAR that you look at it and you want to say, pass me the sick bucket, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
And you're getting rid of the sick bucket stuff.
Yes, sir.
You're getting rid of $5.5 million to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex advocacy in Uganda, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe we're arguing about this. I can't believe we're arguing about this. PEPFAR, we're not denying life-saving care to anybody, are we?
No, and $10 billion would remain for that funding.
And a couple of my colleagues have made the point, well, this was President Biden. President Biden ate my homework. And these programs have already expired. Some of these are multi-year programs, aren't there?
Yes, multi-year grants.
Let's talk about public broadcasting. Now let's cut to the chase. Public broadcasting in America today is political as hell. We all know that. You don't have to be a senior at Caltech to see it. Some folks like their politics, so they want to give them money. Some folks don't like their politics, and they don't want to take it away. But that's not the real principle, is it, Mr. Director?
No, sir.
The real principle is, why do we give money to CNN?
No.
Do we give money to Fox?
No.
Do we give money to Politico?
No.
Then why are we giving money to public broadcasting? Why? We're $36 trillion in the hole. I hope you send us more rescission packages. It's the only way we're going to get anything done. I'm embarrassed to say that, but I've seen this movie before, and this appropriations process is broken. And finally, somebody is trying to give us a chance to cut the spending porn. And we're sitting here fighting about it? The American people are going, what planet did all you people just parachute in from? I'm done, Madam Chair.
This exchange is a masterclass in why so many Americans are fed up with Congress. Senator John Kennedy isn't just frustrated, he's stunned that we're even having this argument in the first place. Kennedy starts by calling out the fantasy world some lawmakers are living in. He laughs off the idea that there's still some sacred, orderly appropriations process in Washington because, according to him, that process is already dead. The House passed most of its spending bills, but the Senate never even allowed a vote. Instead, Congress lurches from continuing resolution to continuing resolution, kicking the can down the road while the debt piles up. Then Kennedy gets to the heart of the problem. Everyone in Washington claims they want to cut spending. Everyone claims they care about fiscal responsibility, but when it's time to actually make a cut, suddenly the sky is falling. That's how we ended up $36 trillion in debt. Lawmakers want the applause without the sacrifice. The real flashpoint here is PEPFAR funding. Critics claim rescissions would destroy life-saving care. Kennedy blows that argument apart. He makes it clear that life-saving treatment would continue, with roughly $10 billion still allocated. What's actually being cut is the junk spending buried inside the program, including $5.5 million for LGBTQ advocacy in Uganda. And Kennedy's reaction says what millions of Americans are thinking. Why are we arguing over whether American taxpayers should fund foreign political activism while we're trillions of dollars in debt? He flatly states that no one is being denied life-saving care, and the panic is political theater. He also shuts down the talking point that these programs are already expired. Many of them are multi-year grants, meaning Congress still has a responsibility to review and rein them in. Accountability doesn't disappear just because a bureaucrat signed a long contract. Then Kennedy turns to public broadcasting, and this is where things really hit home. He says what everyone knows but few say out loud. Public broadcasting today is deeply political, and the question isn't whether you like its politics or hate its politics. The question is simple. We don't fund CNN. We don't fund Fox News. We don't fund Politico. So why are taxpayers forced to fund public broadcasting at all? Kennedy's final point is the most damning. The appropriations process is broken, and rescission packages might be the only real way left to cut spending. He says he's embarrassed to admit it, but he's seen this movie before. Without pressure, nothing ever changes, and that's why Americans are so angry. From the outside, it looks like Congress parachuted in from another planet. Families are tightening their belts. Washington refuses to do the same. Kennedy isn't arguing about ideology here. He's arguing about reality. If you think John Kennedy is saying what too many politicians are afraid to say, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. We'll keep exposing the spending insanity and telling the truth the establishment doesn't want you to hear.